Salud. Oh, such alcoholic random liquor just lying on.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, in that technicolor rainbow between us, your boy Trey Proper.
Okay. Oh god.
What happened?
Oh god, that was terrible. That was such a bad decision. Oh god.
Are you okay?
It's your boy, Mr. Petty. I don't think where's water?
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
Moving on to the next person.
I'm trying to make sure Cam doesn't die.
Well,
that tastes like bad decisions.
He'll be fine.
If he dies, he dies.
It's me, Amor. And if y'all hear a random knock at the door, it's one of my ungrateful children who I just yelled at 30 seconds ago. So that's that.
And it's your boy, Weekend Rick.
All right. Thank you guys for joining us here on Blerds and Whiskey Live. We got a great show as always lined up for you. Yeah. So as always, let's go ahead and start things off. I was going to try to do the bartender slash. All right. You can't see it. I am revisiting the 1812 Maryland bourbon whiskey. I'm going to finish the bottle before, we get some more. But yeah, shout out to them. They are a handcrafted distillery located right here in Rockville, Maryland. Well, they're in Rockville, Maryland, because my black ass ain't in Rockville. But yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty tasty.
My neighbors.
And it is, yes, 45% alcohol. So I'd be getting a little twisted on this one. So what you guys drinking?
Oh, we're a little out of order, but I'll go next. Gin and juice, classic. That first one was just a shot of something I had lying around, and I didn't know how long it was. So apparently I do now know how long that was been just sitting around.
You just took a random cup of liquid to the head. All right. Look forward to those type of drink concoctions on Thirsty Thursdays. Whoo.
Well, I'll say, even in my regrets, probably tastes way better than anything you ever made.
Yeah, we'll see. We will see. I challenge you.
Whoa. Are you challenging me to like a drink off or like a make a cocktail off? Like, all right,
let's do it.
Okay.
I'm just throwing bets around. Let's go.
I was gonna say last week you bet. You also have a bet on the table. You know what? If you want to know about Mr. Proper's other bets, go look at last week's episode. I'm sorry, Miss Amore. Please give us your drink.
No, somebody else just knocked at the door, and I'm trying my very best not to go off. Like they don't know I do a show every fucking Sunday at this time. But
Big mama mode.
She gonna be on mute.
I'm drinking champagne, and obviously I need something stronger because this is not doing it. So yeah.
I'm just waiting for Chancletta to come flying into the screen. She catches it and throws it at the door.
They're lucky because I don't have none on.
She'll hear like who's it? Like Bullseye. She just throws it in the corner, just ricochets, and somehow makes it on the other side of the door.
You know what, though? I do have horrible aim regularly, but when I'm pissed off and I throw something, I be spot fucking on.
That's the difference between your black side and your Hispanic side. When you angry, the Hispanic side shows up. You got perfect accuracy. She throw that shit out the window and hit him up in another room.
Fucking aim when I get mad, and that's definitely one of my Hispanic traits. When I get mad, I do not know why I throw shit. I'm sorry, not sorry. It's better than punching somebody in the face.
When she's angry, just make sure you in a room with nothing around, because she gonna find something to throw. She will throw chips of paint at you if she has to. I got tongue-tied for a second. It happens, man.
I'm drinking Indigo Gin, and I put a little bit of strawberries and some lemonade in there. So there you go.
Okay. What's Indigo Gin?
Indigo Gin is a strawberry-flavored gin. It's promoted by Snoop Dogg. It's Black-owned. So I'm doing this thing now where I'm going to be drinking a lot of Black-owned alcohols. I have a list. I can give you guys that list if you want it, but I'm going out of my way to support everybody that looks like us.
I love it. I freaking love it. All right, sir. Go ahead and take over them church announcements for weekend. I don't know why I can't talk this morning. What the hell?
I mean, do you want us to take over for a bit while you take a couple of drinks and loosen up a bit?
Well,
Yeah, I might do it.
you did say that alcohol gets you where you need to be. So maybe that's what it is. I don't know.
So we're just here for the journey.
Yeah.
All right. So the church announcements. I'm not going to do the first four because they don't matter. Next, con season is coming up real soon. So you got all the cons. You got HBCU con, you got Awesome Con, you got Blerd Con, you got another con that might be getting ready to get dropped, but stay tuned for that because there may be some big things attached with that as well. So make sure that you go out and look on all the websites for HBCU Con. It's hbcucon.org. You got Awesome Con, awesomecon.com, and of course Blerd Con, the Mecca in the summertime, blerdcon.com. Go on there, find their Instagrams. It's all under the same name. There's a lot of big things happening. It's going to be a great time. So if you want to go out and get your Blerd on and get your convention on, then all these conventions are available for you guys. The Martin 30-year reunion on BET Plus. So that's a thing that's coming and here's the thing. Who knew what the hell BET Plus was? Because I had never heard of that. I didn't know that was a thing. Why are they putting it on BET Plus?
Wait, so it's like is it a streaming program? Is it like a second BET show?
It's so they can charge people to watch it.
Why would you charge me to watch BET?
It's the BET streaming platform that literally I think two people have.
Yo, more people had Quibi than they had BET Plus.
Well, apparently a lot of people are making their way over to BET Plus. Like I'm not gonna hold you. I watched it for a month because it was a free trial, and then after that I said nah. But I mean that
kind of just proves our point.
Yeah, but I mean they're starting to put a lot of other content on there, so who knows? Maybe at some point in time it might be worth the money, but like right now it's not.
The only benefit I can see from BET Plus is watching those movies you used to watch back in the day without the editing. But BET edits were always the hilarious, like Mother Father.
Listen, game is already over because Netflix already got Moesha, so they're screwed that way. So.
Oh shit.
Well, maybe BET Uncut will be like uncut during the daytime or something. I don't
think that there is a BET Uncut section on.
Yeah, no.
On BET Plus, I don't know. BET Plus. If y'all are listening, y'all need to do BET Uncut.
Yeah, they might.
I was about to say BET Uncut can have its own streaming service, and niggas would buy it.
Just to watch Tip Drill 80 times in one day.
I mean, you think I won't? You think I won't? Or
if you don't go to YouTube and call it a day.
But my whole thing is like, if you think about it now, that video is tame compared to videos, like music videos we've seen since then. So it's really not even that ratchet no more.
So BET Uncut, I would say, is the predecessor to a lot of things that's going on now because most videos are pushed straight onto YouTube, so they don't have to worry about all the censoring and all that unnecessary stuff they had to deal with when they were putting it on BET and when they were putting it on MTV, which doesn't show music anymore. But so now, I mean, BET Uncut was kind of like the once again, Black people just leading the forefront of things, of being a trendsetters and showing the path for where things are going to go.
You know what I think they should bring back in the day that just I feel like we need now more than anything is the box.
Again, YouTube.
If you're ready to start beating some ass for the box.
I mean, you have YouTube, but the box, like you would get everybody's, it wasn't just you know what I'm saying, picking the songs. It was like everybody picking the songs. And so I kind of missed that because it was like your own built-in party playlist without you having to create a playlist. You know what I'm saying? It was just, and I get, we can do that with Amazon Music, Apple Music. I realize that now, but I miss that interaction. Like some stuff was just golden.
So you just want the nostalgia of someone else is picking videos for you. You just sitting there just waiting for someone else to like pick a video. Like, nothing on here yet.
Maybe not.
I'm going to go next. God damn it! I'm going to go next.
Maybe not that
part. Shout out to the homie Big Herb. Yesterday, Cheap Pop from a TikTok. I went live last night with my siblings and my son, and we actually played a game. And this is in reference to what you're talking about, Rita. We played a game called Ox God. Gabrielle, my little sister, she actually brought that in the house, where basically it's like you're playing the box. So for those who don't know the box, the system back in the day where you could actually play music and it was throughout the country. You had to call in and you got your ass beat because if you called in and paid that money for it, you could do it. But this way you could play the game at home. It's called Ox God. Check it out. But basically you pull a card, kind of like Cards Against Humanity, and you have to find a song that's based on those cards. And we did that for about 2 hours last night. It was hella fun. So maybe that may be something you want to look into because we're going to have an event. Matter of fact, yeah, we're going to all play it. I'm going to make sure we all play it.
Is that another challenge?
Yep.
Real quick. I'm sorry. Genocide Circus on YouTube. I'm not going to use your real name because you used your real name enough in the past. I'm just not going to stop saying. I'm going to stop saying it. Don't start with this shit already. Don't start already. Like let me get into the flow of the show before you start with your shit.
Read the comment. Go ahead, read it.
He says, if you want to learn more about the box, tune into the Kingzoid podcast tonight at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Anyway,
I like it.
Moving on. MJ playing hand check with MJB. I don't know what the fuck this is about. This is something that Herb put in there. So we're going to move forward amicably.
Wait. What is it about? Does anybody know what it is about?
I know what it's about, but is it church announcement worthy? Probably
Well,
not.
now I'm curious. What did Mary J and MJ, what is she playing basketball with him?
No, he was fondling her basketballs. That's what that was.
Wait,
so you mean to tell me that 23, apparently the greatest basketball player of all time, according to some people, is not happy with his little white chick, and so he felt the need that he wanted to fill up Zeke's mama.
He said no more drama.
hateration, in this dancery. Okay.
I bet you that's what their names are.
I mean, but the rumor has it that another rapper did the same thing that our good man MJ, not MJB, not to be confused, but MJ did. And she checked old boy immediately. So apparently, maybe MJB is trying to secure the bag because she is paying alimony right now. So I mean, that could be what's happening, but that's just.
Okay, but I gotta ask, why was this a church announcement?
Exactly, that's what I said. I don't think it deserves to be a church announcement, but nobody want to listen to me.
I was about to
I was curious.
I was about to make a classless Michael Jordan joke, but he could get us sued, so I'm not going to say it. Anyway, like I said before, moving forward amicably. So there is a trailer, right? There's a trailer out that is kind of disappeared. It's out, but it's disappeared. You kind of got to go search for it. It's a movie that's coming out. It's called, with starring Kiki Wyatt. It's called Alice. Now, Alice is about a woman who is in slavery. She's an enslaved woman, and it starts out about the plight of her, of course, being in slavery. But then she escapes, and she runs to where she thinks heading north. Right? It turns out that it's not the 1700s; it's 1973. And the trailer shows basic. I'm sorry, Keke Palmer. Shut up, Herb. No, I'm sorry. It's starring Keke Palmer, and but apparently this is based on actual events that took place. Did anyone on the panel know that there were people who were actually in slavery until the early 1960s because white families would pass down this whole mentality all throughout? So this looks like to be a very, very interesting subject matter. This looks like a movie that instantly caught my attention. How does everybody else on the panel feel about the Alice trailer?
It's chilling. Yes, I was aware that this is something that happened on until the 60s.
Is that me?
I'm interested to see the movie. Assuming it'll be released everywhere. It's a must watch. I don't want to because it's going to give me all of my feelings and I got to work with too many damn people. But yeah, I'm all for it. I'm trying to watch it.
We heard half of that, just so
Did
you
I freeze?
Whole time I thought it was me, and that's why I didn't want to say nothing.
No, yeah, Trey, you froze up a little bit.
You're very
keep going.
So my take is when I was in my early teens or mid-teen, like that time period, this is a movie that my mom would force me to watch, and I would have some resentment to it. In my current adult state now, I would definitely look forward to watching it and probably do the same thing my mom would do and make someone younger. Hey, you may want to watch this. This is pertaining to us and some parts of the past. This is stuff that they don't teach you in the history books. You're not gonna. This is what CRT is fighting for. So that's my take on this whole thing. It's going to be one of those movies that. Oh, I'll just say that I'll save a lot of this opinion for the second half of the show because it's going to tie in. It's going to be one of those movies.
That is exactly what my feedback was going to be. My exact comment was, I have enough to be mad at today on this show, so I'm going to not respond because, yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
No, absolutely. And next church announcements. A future friend of the show, Ray Comics, they're starting a Kickstarter for his Kickstarter campaign for his next comic, Villainous. You can go on to his Instagram or to the Villainous Kickstarter to try and support, because like I said earlier with this Indigo Gin, I'm trying to support everybody that looks like us in any and all ventures except for, horrible things. But yeah, we got to do a better job as a community of getting behind and supporting each other. The man is a really talented artist and comic book writer. We had the opportunity to see some of his work this past week, and it's tremendous. It's tremendous. It's a really good comic. So please get out there, put some of your dollars behind us, and let's get this thing rolling.
And his Instagram, for people that don't know, is RAE Comics. So yeah, just wanted to add that little tip.
I'll put the Kickstarter link in the comments on YouTube.
And we'll also put the Kickstarter link on the fan page, so stay tuned for that.
Yep. Also, be on the lookout for Thirsty Thursdays. Me and Mr. Petty most recently shot the first 2 episodes, so they will be going live on our YouTube, on the Blerds and Whiskey YouTube pretty soon. Yeah, we show you guys how to actually make drinks, and it hilarity ensues. So please be on the lookout for that.
So can I interject real quick? Fired. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. I want to make sure I ain't breaking up. So can I come on just to challenge this bomber? Like, see, I want to see if he really gonna make something good. I want to see.
See, you know what the funny thing about
make a citrus drink.
I'm gonna say this though about Mr. Proper and his critique on my drinks. The first thing he always says is, "I can't taste the liquor." I'm like, yeah, that's the point.
Come fuck with it.
It disguises it. Trust me. We're all heavy-handed.
Because you're going to keep drinking it, not realizing you're drunk as fucking about 20.
Right. If you want to taste the alcohol, then drink shots. If you don't want to do that, then you got mixed drinks and cocktails, which disguises the taste, and that's what I do. So he doesn't realize that, he's trying to show shade. That's a testament to how good my drinks are. Jackass.
I've never said that on this show, but okay.
Oh, you've never said that on the show. Okay. I will make a clip of the week pinpointing exactly when he said this, because it was actually live when we were at BlerdCon.
I don't remember that, but okay, make the clip. So
yeah, you did say that.
Oh wait, before I make the clip, do you want to challenge me about something real quick before I have proof, or you just want to go ahead and just no? Okay.
Oh! If he challenges you, then I feel like Cam should be the one to take the first wax strip. Or you're not about to touch another grown man chest. I can respect that too.
All right.
Remember the back, like the 40-year-old version,
Yes.
back?
When Tom Cruise shows up in Multiverse of Madness, we got to wax.
That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. He''s not going to be in that damn movie. But yeah, so as long as I can come on, we can do this. I just want to see what you got. That's all.
The proper challenge would be for Trey to come up with the drink for both of us, since I know I'm going to make whatever. So I have you choose the drink.
I got you. It's going to be citrusy.
Right, all you had to say was you just wanted to be on the episode. You ain't
right. If you want to come on the episode, just say you want to come on the episode.
maybe. I mean, I have no problems with denying that, but maybe I just want to help promote my friend's stuff.
I mean, you could have just led with that,
All right, and now lastly, peasants, and selfishly, the last church announcement, Rick is now Team iPhone. So now all of you bow before me, kiss the rings, bitch. So
no, because I've had an iPhone for years now.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's not about you. It's about me. So now
how do you feel about the green bubbles?
Instead of walking amongst you, I now walk above all of these. So you must now refer to me as the Rick whenever you see me.
I will not. I refuse.
Right.
Carl Matt McCullough says, "Boo! Boo this man! Ricky, boo!"
I do appreciate the fact that you're putting the respect on the blue bubble, though. I do appreciate that because the green bubble definitely irritates.
Team Green! Green bubble. Yeah. I'm texting everybody.
All I'm saying is that if you text me and it comes up green, I won't be responding.
Yo, so before, like whenever Cam texts me, I do not text him back. I refuse. I will not have any extra green bubbles on my phone just for that. He literally be like, "Yo, Trey, did you see?" Damn,
he calls. Yeah. I'm like, is that why you call? Is so you don't have to deal with the green text? You just call? Like,
yes.
There's only a few handful of people that call. My mom is one of them, and you're like, what? I'm like, why is he?
And why now you know.
Why do you think? Think about this for a moment. Why do you think Facebook Messenger bubbles are blue?
Because most of Facebook's color scheme is blue,
and even Instagram switched it over too.
Well, Instagram actually changes colors.
Hey,
it's also still Facebook too. So
you know what's crazy though? I'm sorry, this is off the subject, but it's on the subject since somebody mentioned Facebook. You know how Facebook has started this whole metaverse thing? Mm-hmm. And this is y'all are gonna like this because everybody here is a DC person. There is a go-go club in the metaverse.
I heard that.
It's called
video circulating.
Yeah, it's called like Hole in the Wall club.
No, dead ass.
Like it's a real live ass go-go.
It's making me want to get one of those systems just so I can go to the virtual club. Like dead ass. I'm not even lying.
I saw the video.
Do you need the headset to go in?
Yes. So you gotta have an Oculus because Oculus goes on the with Facebook. Yeah, Facebook owns Oculus. So that's how you get into the metaverse, is you gotta own an Oculus. So I seriously I was sitting here looking like, well, I guess I'm gonna own one now. So because it looks
I literally want one just so I can go to the virtual go-go club.
Your boy's got an Oculus.
I don't know if y'all remember y'all remember the club Dino's?
Damn, that joint is $469.
It looks the inside of it looks just like Dino.
You got it, mister. I got a PlayStation 5. You all right? It was a church announcement and everything, so I don't want to hear it. I'm just saying.
Hey, I'm doing better, not that much better.
Thank you, Jamaica said she's gonna post. Yeah, Jamaica said she's gonna find the TikTok and she's gonna post it in the fan page. But it looks amazing. It looks amazing. And Carl McCullough, no, the Android racism will not stop. Do better.
So I don't know if so. Speaking of Facebook, y'all, we kind of are going to do. We're going to start implementing a new thing that we got going on. So Sundays, we're going to try to focus and try to drive more people to YouTube. So we're going to, for the next few weeks, we're still going to be doing simulcasting, but soon we're going to just be doing single casting. And we're going to be posting on YouTube Live. So we'll keep posting those links on Facebook and stuff like that to bring more people over. But soon we're going to not be doing Facebook Live. We're just going to be focusing on YouTube so we can drive these numbers up on here and bring more attention to the YouTube channel. But yeah, those who've also been along for the ride, we appreciate y'all. We got nothing but love for y'all that got love for us. Help us grow so we can do more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just come on over. Yeah. But for all 7 of you over here on Facebook, come on over to YouTube.
And YouTube is begging people to subscribe to their shit. Have y'all been getting those pop-ups for the YouTube Premium? They've been asking me to join YouTube Premium forever. And I'm like, yo, y'all niggas need to employ some bill collectors because the way that y'all just do not give up and y'all are just relentless.
And they relentless with those commercials too.
Bill collectors on staff. It has to be.
I mean,
It came out of nowhere.
They didn't hear that comment. They didn't hear.
I don't think they heard that. Real quick, reading the comments on Facebook. Fabiola says, "LOL, virtual go-go without getting shot."
Exactly.
Get that OnlyFans jumping. Really? Yeah, that's Mr. 349 over there. 34.90.
38.50.
There you go.
There you go.
Car says, "I'm all about YouTube. YouTube Premium is dope." I do have YouTube Premium because I do watch a lot of podcasts there. So definitely check it out. But come join us on that side. And if I pay for YouTube TV, YouTube Premium should come free. It should, but yeah.
That's you got to discuss that with YouTube.
Yeah, they're two different services because they have their own. Go ahead, Rick.
YouTube TV is just like cable. Like you basically have access to everything, and that's
right,
like.
So I agree. Then YouTube Premium should be a part of that.
Yeah.
At the very least, should be a package deal.
But
right.
y'all know the society that we live in, though. We're gonna gouge you for everything.
I mean, we got a BET Plus, so yeah, that tells you about everything.
Exactly.
If you
Max.
have BET, that means you're already paying for cable. You're already paying for the services, and now
with a lot of
additional
people,
services.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't know that when you have cable, you have their extended platform. So if you have HBO as a package, you have HBO Max and Cinemax. Like you can just log in with your HBO Plus. There's an HBO Plus.
HBO Plus? Is that
no?
They got rid of that once they released HBO Max.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was about to say I knew it was a plus in there.
So was I the only person that thought HBO when they had HBO Plus and then turned to HBO Max? I'm sitting there thinking like, oh, so it's like an upgrade, like the most HBO you can get. Oh no, they combined Cinemax and HBO. So yeah, I was that dumbass was thinking like, wow, they just really like so 90s extreme. Like we got HBO Max
to the max.
I was a dumbass.
I was today years old when I learned that too. So thanks. I didn't know.
Kari McDonald on Facebook says YouTube Premium helps pay content creators. YouTube TV doesn't. I didn't know that.
Okay.
So content
Grandma proper
like Blerds and Whiskey.
So yes, you should get a YouTube Premium. So I'm dropping the ball. Got it. Okay, I'm gonna do better. Obviously, I need to do better. So thank you. Good to know.
So all in all, switch on over to YouTube. Grandma proper says, "Am I one of the only 7 that's left on here?" Like you might be. We don't know.
Well, Grandma, go to YouTube.
Hey,
go to YouTube.
Just put the YouTube app on Grandma's phone, and
I got it.
And don't forget, if you do, once you do subscribe to our YouTube page,
notification, and then we good. You know,
yeah, hit that little bell icon so you know when we go live.
Because you know what happens. Somebody because with every show, what I'll do is before we go live, I start sharing it in Facebook Messenger. And they have blocked me from sending messages on Facebook Messenger now, so I can't send links anymore because somebody probably reported me for doing that. So if you can, just go and hit us up on YouTube. I don't know who did it, but you're a hater, and I hope you break your ankles. Anyway, Leo, do not start.
Wait.
Was it Leo that did it?
One more comment. We are going to start selling merch soon, so be on the lookout for that.
Yes, tons of merch coming up.
We got it. All right.
Okay, so let's get on into it. So we got our first topic of Leo. Shut up. Mascot of every show that I'm on, Leo the dog. All right. First topic, of course, this thing that's the.
For those who don't understand that, Trey's over here trying to be a dog whisperer.
Like I'm
Leo,
going to check
what you
him
want
up.
us to know? Because Leo said he had some shit to get off his chest.
Right,
he hears the doorbell.
All right. I don't even know where to begin on this next subject. All I can say is I have in my lifetime been a part of AIDS epidemic, Reaganomics, the Rodney King beatings, the Berlin Wall collapsing, the fall of the Soviet Union, Desert Storm, 9/11, the second Iraqi war, two economy crashes, one 90s comic book boom falling, and what now I might just be entering my third war. Oh, after the pandemic, and I'm only 40. Like, what is life really? Like, we gotta break this stuff down. It's got to the point where it's like I have all the sympathy and empathy in the world for Ukraine, but it's just like I'm over here like, what now? Another one?
You also forgot to mention Trump presidency. That definitely was a traumatizing PTSD causing moment. So
yeah, there was.
Kari on Facebook says millennials experience several once-in-a-lifetime events before we would turn 30. Facts.
Yeah.
And if you grew up in DC, you had to worry about the DC
damn sniper.
The DC sniper. Oh man, I forgot about that one too.
I can never forget about that. That ruined my football career. Like, nah.
Well, I've watched several documentaries on it here recently. But anyway, staying on subject. If for those of you who don't understand what we're talking about the Russia-Ukraine conflict that's going on currently, where Vladimir Putin has essentially lost his mind and is trying to cling to power by trying to show off the might of the Russian army by invading Ukraine and trying to take back territory that they lost. This has been a lot to research. There are a lot of ups and downs with this. There's a lot of nonsense. It seems to me, and this is just my take. This is just me, regular Rick's take. It seems to me that Vladimir Putin may have made a bunch of promises and had a bunch of things that he thought were going to get done when Cheeto Hitler was in office here, and he a lot of that stuff fell through because things were spoken about that they weren't really plausible and that really couldn't happen. And so to try and save face and to also try and, regain some of the power and influence that he is losing a grip on, Putin is lashing out in a militaristic way, in a militaristic fashion, because if there's one thing that we've learned throughout history, it's that middle-aged white men will do anything that they can to cling on to power. And that's essentially what's happening here. This has been hard. This has been really hard, because as a person who you don't want to see you don't want to see bad things happen to innocent people. You want to be on the side of right, especially looking at throughout the annals of history. But it's been really, really hard to see all of this going on and to understand that this world is constantly run by corrupt, ignorant people, so to speak. Sorry.
Okay. All right. I didn't know if you were finishing that. I totally agree with you. It's this whole situation. Of course, I'm fearful for the situation because I have family members who serve. And last night, as we were prepping for our little live and everything, I was hooking up the surround sound system with my son, and I had CNN on. And we were just watching. He was like, "Wow, this is like." I realized how innocent he is to the whole situation in the world and how unprepared we possibly are for things to go completely left. Because he made the statement, wow, this looks like the rolling credits of Call of Duty or something like that. I'm like, no, buddy, if things go to that level.
It's not a video game. This is actually real life. And
it's
sad.
Yeah, like I had to explain.
I'm not please don't think that I'm judging him because he's a child. No. So he doesn't understand the difference. Right. So.
And I had the conversation with him and just breaking it down like, buddy, this is serious. Like we don't live in fear. However, we kind of have to be prepared for things. We have to be aware of what's going on and the fact that what they're showing, CNN, and I'm sure all the other media outlets are showing people in hotels 20 miles away looking at glowing clouds where all the fighting is going on. So we really, if you're not conscious of this, you're not aware of exactly what's going on behind those clouds and those explosions over there that are 20 miles away that are looking with their telescopic cameras. So his innocence is like, wow, there's it's 5 guys on each side and they're shooting at each other. That's what it is. Like, nobody, this is a real conflict. And if our country decides to step in any way, Putin's already made it clear, he's not holding back. And by that, I don't even want to say it because I don't want to get us taken down, but we know what the possibility that can mean. And we live way too close to the epicenter of all this bullshit. So Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
So yeah, I'm about to fuck shit up. So fuck Ukraine. I'ma just say fuck Ukraine. And for everybody that's trying to figure out why Sharita, or I'm gonna put my government out there, is saying fuck Ukraine, is because there are African students right now in Ukraine that cannot leave because Ukraine has decided that if you're white and you're a child, you get first dibs. If you're white and you're a woman, you get second dibs. If you are white and you're not between the ages of 18 and 60 is what they said, you get first dibs. And
age.
then if you're black, you can leave. Fuck Ukraine. They are literally, there is a video of a African mother and her infant child, and she can't get on a fucking train to try and save her child because they are Ukrainian men that they want to evacuate first. They are literally blocking Africans who have absolutely nothing to do with this conflict. So fuck Ukraine. I don't care. Fuck Ukraine.
Okay.
Fuck y'all.
I don't really have an opinion on a subject that I'm not involved with. It's kind of like putting myself in business that's not my business. So I don't really have a clear, concrete opinion about what's going on over there, other than like the facts of what I know about, especially like the Soviet Union, the collapse of the Soviet Union. So they're trying to, I feel like he's just trying to bring the USSR back. The only opinion that I can share is I'm seeing a lot of people for some reason showing support to like either side. Like I think even the Cheeto Hitler himself was giving props to Putin. And I'm like, wow, dude, like, are you serious? So the only opinion I can say that I can hold is a lot of people who feel a certain way should, I say, get all them September 6 people, ship them over, let them do what they got to do, and see because they talking like on TikTok, they talking mad greasy out there. So I was like, okay, I would love to see what you're gonna do against Russia or Ukraine. So yeah, send them September 6 people over there. If y'all true patriots, go for it.
The January 6 people.
Yeah, January 6 people.
No,
I thought it was September 6.
On Facebook.
That was January 6.
January 6. Oh yeah, send them January 6 people over then.
The people that got 76 days in jail, but
yeah. Send a shaman over with his vegan diet. Send the guy who took Pelosi's kicked his feet up on Pelosi's desk. Send the guy who smeared feces on the wall. Send all of them.
Comments on YouTube, comic books, word, let Jan 6 roll out. Facebook, we don't want that smoke from Carl McCullum. I'm sorry, I couldn't say that. And Kari McDonald, if the U.S. steps in, cyber attacks are coming, disinformation campaigns, rolling blackouts and all that. I fully agree with Cam. Send the Patriots. I mean, it's
in quotation marks. I'm saying Patriots with quotation marks. That's how I'm feeling.
Facts. I mean, we could, but ultimately,
I'm armed with Punisher logos.
Their leader is in agreement with Putin, right? So they shouldn't have an issue with going up there.
Yeah. They're the faux president or the real president as far as they're concerned. The real president.
Go ahead over there then. Since y'all are in the go ahead.
It's real simple to say send people over there, but we know the people that they would send are actually our armed forces. And if that was to happen, things will escalate quite quickly. And I don't think I'm sure you guys understand what I mean when I say we are at the epicenter of where all the shit happens. We all live in the DMV area. It ain't gonna go good. And we're not talking about fighting North Korea. We're not talking about fighting Cambodia. This is another superpower. So I am going to be the beacon of peace on this. I don't want shit to happen. I want to leave them alone, let them figure it out. I want America to sit their sit their asses here and let them figure it out.
Well, unfortunately,
every fight ain't our fight. I'm sorry, it's not.
Well, unfortunately, Putin has already said that he's going to he's threatened nuclear activity. So that's the very, very dangerous, scary part of this. But also, the leader, the president of Ukraine, is out there, boots on the ground, suited and booted, out there fighting. And a little known fact about him, well, actually, it's pretty well known now since all this broke free, is that he's a former actor and he's done a lot of things. I don't know, just looking at this thing the whole time, I was just like, Jesus Christ, I hope The Rock isn't watching this and paying attention to it, because he's going to see a former actor out there pretending to be an action star and pretending to be a soldier, or actually out there being a soldier. And this is going to give him all the confidence in the world to go out there and run for president. And I'm sorry, I don't want Luke Hobbs as my goddamn president.
I'm just imagining The Rock over there thinking he's going to like try to invade Russia. It's about drive. It's about power, holding an M16 or something.
Idiocracy is becoming real life. It's becoming real life, people. Yeah, I'd rather just stay there.
We hired a fucking reality star to be our fucking president. So
careful with that we word, because we ain't all vote.
Yeah, I didn't vote for him.
I get that, but majority rules. So we put our faith in a fucking reality star to run the country.
But you understand that that's only because we had 8 years of a black man.
I'm sure a huge portion of people didn't vote for him. But there are also people, and you can get mad at me if you want to, that didn't vote, which is worse than voting. You see what I'm saying? Like, you basically, when you chose not to vote, you sided with the people who wanted him to be our president. That's what you did.
But I still think that the results of that election are due to the fact that we had 8 years of them having to look at one of us in their highest office. So they decided to turn out in mass numbers to make sure that didn't happen. They didn't want to have anything to do with that party or anything that has associated with it. They wanted to go completely to the left and leave that behind in the dust. That's what they attempted to erase everything he did.
I feel like it was a little misogynistic because his opponent was a woman. And I feel like people were like, "Oh wait, y'all put a nigga in the White House, and now you want
her emails.
In the White House."
What her email? people. That was the only defense they kept saying is, "But her emails." Like that might as well have been his whole campaign. But her emails.
Yeah. But you might as well say her uterus, because that's really what it was. Because if she had a dick, they would put her ass in the White House. I don't care what nobody says.
Because we're gonna go down. We're going on the wrong rabbit hole on this one. We are not a political show. But we had to talk about this because it is something that greatly affects everybody, blerds, nerds, and everybody in between. It's going to affect us all. But let's move on. I mean, does anybody have any final thoughts on this before we move on?
I said my final thoughts.
116, 116 rollout. That's my final thought. With the Punisher logos. Go ahead. Do your things. So let's so I don't know how we're gonna properly segue into this. I'm just gonna go ahead and say, hey y'all. If y'all remember earlier we saw about the Kickstarter program, Ray Comics, AE Comics, as we're supporting Black-owned comic books. Let's go ahead and run Character of the Week real quick and see some of the humble beginnings of a lot of Black-owned comics. Character of the Week. So not too long ago, you can check the backlogs, I did a Character of the Week for Icon during Black History Month. This time I'm going to do where he came from. Not his planet, but I'm talking about Milestone Comics. Milestone Comics was formed in 1993. It was a result of growing frustrations of lack of representation of Black characters, both behind the scenes and actually on comic book prints. So 4 artists and writers got together. Dennis Cohen, Michael Davis, Derek T. Dingle, and the late great Dwayne McDuffie. Now, Milestone Comics, or better known as the Dakotaverse, is a comic book imprint that was both published and backed by DC Comics, which makes the ownership of characters a little bit gray. That's actually the beginning, because this is during the boom time of, say, things like Image Comics. So the 90s boom of creator-owned projects, DC didn't want to lose those artists, so they kind of like gave them a little bit more leeway, which is where Milestone Comics came from. Milestone Comics is known for having characters such as Static, not Static Shock, that was a Saturday morning cartoon thing, Blood Syndicate, Hardware, and Icon. The Dakotaverse got its name due to the fact that most of the storylines took place in a fictional Midwestern city called Dakota City. What was great about Milestone Comics is even though they had several setbacks, they still did pretty well and they were pretty marketable. Well, some of the several setbacks was due to the fact that a lot of comic book shops didn't know how to quote unquote market them. They were afraid or didn't think that enough readers would buy into what they thought was a niche comic book company. Basically, it was 4 black creators creating a lot of characters of color. And so they just assumed that, oh, these are comics for black people. We don't have a lot of black people in this area. The thing that Milestone Comics was trying to overcome is they didn't want to create black comics. They wanted to create comics that just happened to be black. There's a big difference. And it actually does show that diversity even amongst their own comic book characters. Like Icon, on the surface was a Superman archetype, but even though he was an alien, he had more conservative. So you had a black conservative as a superhero. Static is an inner city youth, but he wasn't necessarily part of the gang culture, but he was just a product of his environment. He was just a average black kid. You also had characters like the Blood Syndicate, which was, for better terms, an entire gang of superpowered gang members. Another one of those problems that also took place was the fact that they were not fully independent. Again, they were published and backed by DC Comics, which means that a lot of the characters were the Milestone Comics universe, but they had nothing to do with DC, except for the fact that DC did own the rights to publish them. So sometimes if there was something that DC did not want to publish due to the creative nature of a certain comic, DC did have that right to veto that. Another thing that was also a downside for Milestone Comics was the fact that it took place in what I call the 90s boom. As I mentioned before, the 90s boom is a time when a lot of people started seeing the value of comics and started buying comics in bulk, which bolstered a lot of the sales for comics at the time, which was great for that moment. But unfortunately, once people realized that all these comics were worth nothing, they stopped buying comics. So all of a sudden there was a collapse in the comic book economy. One of the results of that was Milestone Comics started losing a lot of sales, and even though they were backed by DC Comics, they didn't quite have the full advantage of all the other mainstream comic book companies. So what ended up happening is that shortly after, DC did end up buying up Milestone Comics, and it incorporated those characters into the DC universe, which is how you got characters like Static Shock being a Saturday morning cartoon integrated with the Justice League cartoon, which is how you have characters like Icon fighting Superman, which is why you had characters like Rocket on Young Justice. There has been talks, especially with Michael B. Jordan, have been developing for, I believe, HBO, a Static live-action TV series. Also with HBO, there's been talks of developmental hell for Blood Syndicate. One of the names I mentioned earlier was a guy named Dwayne McDuffie. That name should sound familiar because part of his impact in comics, other than creating comics for a lot of characters that you know of now, he was also had a hand in writing a lot of the DC animated universe, such as Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, and majority of a lot of the DC animated movies. Essentially, he was the Kevin Feige of the DC animated universe. He died in 2011. So his lasting legacy is the fact that he changed a lot in comics. So we salute you, Milestone Comics. Like, share, subscribe. So that was Character of the Week. Every Monday morning around 9 p.m. to 10, I upload that to my YouTube channel, #Camism. So like, share, subscribe, and, help me grow so I can do more comic book stuff for you all. Yo.
What?
Mo, grow, yo.
So
total alliteration.
Wow. I got you.
Oh yeah, I mean back in college. Yeah.
So in our at the beginning of the show in the church announcements, I talked about a trailer for a movie called Alice. A comment that I refrained from saying during the church announcements because I wanted to save it till then is Alice looks like the next movie that talks about the Black experience that is doomed to disappear. Throughout the years, there are movies that have been made that are strikingly real portrayals of things that have taken place in Black history and Black life, experiences that have kind of been, they've been muzzled, so to speak. The first movie that instantly comes to mind when I think about this whole thing is there's a movie from 1995. It's Kadeem Hardison was in it. What was his name? Marcus Chong was in it. Marcus Chong, I'm pretty sure you will know him if you Google him. He's been in literally everything. It's a movie about the Black Panthers. It's called Panther. Panther has basically disappeared from sight. The only thing that you can find it on is if you go on to Amazon, you can buy a used VHS copy of it. That I'm pretty sure no one has a VHS at this point, unless somebody's here's grandparents or parents or hoarders. But there are a bunch of movies like this. Hey, come on, man. You know who my grandfather is. But anyway, but
you're saying you have a VHS, is what you're saying.
No, I threw it away. Do. I threw it away.
You threw away their VHS.
Yeah, because of dead technology. You don't need to have it. Why do you have it?
How much is that copy of that bootleg Panther?
I'm willing to bet it's like $40.
No, it's actually way more expensive than that. It's like a couple $100. So
it's like a collector's edition.
I understand that too, because you can't find it anywhere else. So
right, but I mean, and it's been movies. So
there's been other movies that have been like this too.
Nate Parker has made a couple movies in the past few years that have actually disappeared. One of them we've covered on this show very extensively. American Skin in just a year has pretty much disappeared from the diaspora. Birth of a Nation about Nat Turner has disappeared. You cannot fucking find this movie.
Yeah.
And so
we actually did try. Like I mean, it's like I think American Skin might still be on Amazon Premium of some sort. You got to pay for it still, but other than that, it's not anywhere. Like not Tubi, not YouTube, none of that. It's gone.
What was the movie that we did? It came out last year about the guy in crap. Freddie. Is it American Skin?
No, you said the movie about Freddie who?
Trying to remember. It might be
the Judas one.
Judas and the Black Messiah.
Judas and the Black Messiah. That's what it was.
Have we got any promotion at all?
The only reason you can still see Judas and the Black Messiah is because it's available on HBO Max, but not for long because I'm pretty sure we're talking about it. It's going to disappear next week.
It's on Amazon Prime, but you got to buy it, of course.
Yeah. It's a marketing thing because let's be real, like movies can be distributed like easily. Like if I can find another copy of City Dragon, I'm pretty sure someone can make a copy for Panther out there. But no, it just disappears. And yes, I actually did find another copy of City Dragon, Mr. Proper.
God damn it. Yeah, I'll be coming up over Saturday.
I just feel like when it comes to Black cinema and like our truth, they don't want people to find out the truth. So what's the best way of getting the truth from being put out there? It's erasing it as if it never happened. and that's been happening for years, to the point where when they tell stories about what happened in like the 1960s or whatever, or the 1950s, where like someone, I think it was Cam, they make the pictures black and white, just make it appear like it was just such a long time ago that we didn't even have color at that point. Like, come on now, you're trying it.
Yeah, like the little girl who was one of the first integrated. Yeah, Ruby Bridges. She's like what, 60 now?
Yeah,
and that's the thing. Some of these people are living still, but
yeah,
you
that's
know,
the real
you want
reason
to try
why.
and make it seem like it was just such that long ago, but
yeah, truth be told,
they will do that. You know, they will erase our history. And on the flip side of that, you know, like another movie, Polly, back in the day, like when I was a little girl, this was a made-for-TV movie that featured Felicia Rashad and Keisha Knight Pullman. I think that's her last name. Rudy. You know, like that movie just completely disappeared. And there was just so many campaigns from like other women my age and some probably a little bit older, where they were like, yo, what happened to this movie? Disney, because this was a Disney movie. What happened to this movie? Where
like, yo, y'all got stuff in the vault. I know you do. It's in the vault.
Right. And now,
now
it's finally available for people to purchase and people to watch. It's on the Disney Plus app, but it's not free. You do have to buy it. And that's fine. Like, I'm willing to pay my coins to buy it, but it's like, you know, I feel like they try to erase our stories, you know. And I feel like that campaign of people just asking, where is it? What happened to it? You're not going to just take it away like it didn't happen, because it was an integral part of like my childhood to see another little girl on, you know, screen that represented me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's going to take us saying, stop taking our movies away for our voices to finally be heard, and so that these movies can come back into circulation.
I think we have to do that, as well as support the ones when they make these movies. We got to support them. I'm guilty, and I'll own up to it, of being in my emotions and saying I don't want to watch it because I'm tired of being angry. I'm tired of being upset. I'm tired of crying in theaters. But in order for stuff, because I've never seen Panther, I never got to see it. I don't remember. I remember Rudy, but I don't remember Polly. So it's like certain stuff I never got a chance to see, or I missed out on the chance to see, either because of my own self-imposed ignorance, or because at the time it was not widely spread. So we have to, and I'm making my pledge to myself now to make sure I support more and do more and give out what I can, and also purchase stuff from Black-owned businesses or content creators. Like, we have to do more. That way we can help others grow, you know, and we can keep it as a mainstay in our community.
So correct me if I'm wrong, Amor, was Polly 2 movies? Like it was a sequel, or was it like, it was a made for TV movie? So was it like split like 2 Sundays or something?
Part I'm not 100% sure on, because at one point in time I thought it was 2 movies. And then, like, when I was talking to other people, they were like, no, it was just 1 movie. So,
wait, I remember. Sorry, because I have a fever.
I think the movie you're thinking about is Queen.
No, I'm definitely talking about Polly.
You're thinking about Polly? Okay, but Queen is another movie that you can't find.
Jamaica said Polly is a remake.
Yeah, it was. It was a remake.
It is a remake.
Black version of.
It's a Black version of a remake, but it still spoke to Black little girl, like Black women and Black girls at the time. So, but but I know Queen. I mean, maybe I'm confusing it. Maybe it's not you. But that's
Queen was based off a book.
It was based off a book. Halle Berry was in it, and she played a very fair-skinned Black woman who could pass for being white.
She was a house one.
So we've had quite a few comments of people talking about, whitewashing and the lack of accountability for white people from their past shames. This is why something like critical race theory needs to be taught in schools. The truth of what has happened needs to be taught in the school, because at some point there needs to be some type of coming to terms with the things that have been done to our people in this country. They continually, like, even here and now, where things have become more at the forefront. Like, let's move away from the movies and let's go to a couple shows. Shows like the Watchmen, right? Watchmen or Lovecraft Country. Both of those shows showed an event that basically, before the past few years, disappeared from America's historical recollections. And we're talking about Black Wall Street. Both of them gave I'm pretty sure they were accurate depictions, but I'm pretty sure they didn't get into the nitty-gritty of everything that took place during Black Wall Street, right? And of course, what happened to both of those shows? Both of these critically acclaimed shows, by the way, because they were
ratings
both
was
through the roof. They were immediately canceled because white
after
people
one season.
They both got 1 season because white people they're tired of being the bad guys. Well, I'm sorry, you've been the bad guys throughout life. You've been the bad guys throughout history. Ever since you crawled out of those caves, you've been the bad guys. So if you you need to come to terms with the fact of what your ancestors did and you continue to live and reap the spoils of what they've done to us and other minorities in this country. I'm sorry, it may not make you feel the most comfortable, but guess what? You know what? I don't feel the most comfortable when a police officer pulls up behind me and I know that I've done nothing wrong, but I still feel like I'm going to go to jail for some reason, or possibly get a bullet in my ass for some impossible reason to understand. So if you feel a little bit of discomfort watching a movie or a show or reading a book, that's unfortunate. But the fact that I have to live with a daily PTSD from the things that have been done to my people throughout this country, I think you can make a little bit of a an adjustment. I think you'll be okay.
I don't think they're going to make an adjustment because they know that it's going to change things. It's people when the populace sees things as what they are. George Floyd is a perfectly good example. We had some sweeping changes come through with a lot of the systems in place because this was so widely spread. They want to control the information so they can control the narrative. That's what they want to do. They want to push it the way they want it to go. And we see, like Rita said, we see it, or like in an event with Ukraine. It's like, it's not just here. we are persecuted because of this all over the damn world. Like, I don't know. We got to get out of here, guys. It's been fun. Thank you for doing it here on
Weekend, Rick.
Oh, thank y'all for joining us here on this television show on your computers. And as always, up to it, around to it, back door, because don't do it. We do it because we drinking stuff. Is that it? I don't know. I was doing a Herb imitation. I don't know.
Don't forget the move to YouTube. So come on, transition over with us.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and that technicolor rainbow in between, it's your boy Trey Proper.
It's your boy Big Herb.
And thank you for watching Blerds and Whiskey.
Be sure to like, share, subscribe on all social media platforms.
And check us out on blerdsandwhiskey.com.
Be sure to get that merch.
And come take this shot.